Now, from Into Tomorrow, this is an ITTV special report.
Our next guest is maximizing your gaming experience with the power of Intel Core processors and their successful PC game franchise. He's a producer with SEGA. Omar Woodley, welcome Into Tomorrow. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, doing fine. I mean, how can you not be fine at a game developers conference?
Exactly.
And I'm not a big-time gamer, mind you, but the excitement, the overall level of fun that takes place at these kinds of things, you can't help but smile and walk around and say, well, that's cool, or that'd be neat, or if I was more into gaming, I'd be sitting in front of that for a weekend.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So first of all, tell us what's the latest out of SEGA these days?
So the latest out of SEGA, or actually the next big thing from SEGA, is Shogun II, the next edition in the Total War franchise, and it's coming to us from Creative Assembly, the initiators and original creators of Shogun. That came out about a decade ago, and they came back to their roots and decided to create a new version of it, Shogun II, with a whole new campaign, a bunch of new modes, and a new engine, and it looks amazing.
Now, this is a game that's rich in history, is it not? I mean, folks might accidentally learn something playing this game.
Yeah, they accidentally might. The CA guys are historians. I mean, these guys should be college professors.
Yeah.
They spend years doing the historical research and making sure that everything represented in the game is factual.
And isn't that, I think that's cool, because it's sort of an extra level of, you know, if you're going to play and you're going to have some good time with it, why not learn a little something as a result and have more fun with it, and then be the life at the party, because now you're talking facts, not just that you had a blast.
Yep. It's something that moms should appreciate about this title.
Yeah, yeah, good point. So don't hesitate with Shogun II. It's good for the kids in every way for learning something. How has that evolved as the game has been evolving as well?
So the game, I mean, we've seen Empire, we had Napoleon a couple years ago, and now we're on to Shogun II, and you know, they really wanted to push the envelope, both with detail, visual quality, and just the power of the game, also the depth of it, and they definitely have achieved it with Shogun II. The landscape is beautiful. The way they've approached the campaign map is brand new, and it's beautiful, and it's something to behold when you actually start playing it. One thing that they have done, though, that they've taken a lot of feedback from the community, and they've streamlined a lot of different issues that they've encountered with Empire and Napoleon. So now the game is a lot easier to grasp, and the important things are really very easy to understand and to get your hands on.
And certainly more challenging levels and things, because this is what the game players want, is just challenge me as well.
It is a challenging game, and the AI is still brutal, guys.
It's still brutal.
No complaints.
Well, anything named Total War, Shogun II,
exactly.
It sounds like
it's
the mother of all battles.
Yep.
Right? Yep. And plans for what would be next then? What can folks, as they're playing this, say, oh, I've got to get all these levels, I've got to beat this game, I've got to do it, because next is going to be, has anything been announced yet?
No, nothing's been announced.
Okay, well, just tell me. I won't tell anyone. Just whisper.
I can't. We're dealing with guys that learned about samurais. So.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Yeah, you don't want to be walking into their
studio and get
oh,
some
let
swords.
me show you the new samurai moves, and off with Omar's head. That would not be pretty. Let's talk about the strategy of the game in general too. I mean, what is getting folks so pumped about this? And a lot of folks playing it here in the Intel exhibit I'm watching their eyes, and they're kind of blown away by strategy, especially in this game. Yeah,
so Total War is based on strategy, and it's Creative Assembly's goal is basically to go back into history and choose certain eras and key points in history where there were these climactic battles and massive campaigns like we experienced in Napoleon, and the main objective is basically to rule the world, and in this instant to rule Japan, to become shogun and declare yourself shogun. And you can either do that by war, or you can do that by diplomacy. And,
or maybe even a little of each if you have
to,
right?
Dabble a little here, dabble a little there.
Wow. So that really becomes a whole lot more when you talk strategy, the ability to think about what you're going to be doing and not just push forward and kill everything in front of you.
Yeah, war is not necessarily the best option at all the times, because you never know who you're fighting with, who they're allied with.
Yeah.
There are alliances in the game, and they could have a lot more and bigger friends than you.
Well,
So
oh, yes, good point. With bigger swords.
Yes, with bigger swords.
Any number of things could happen. How soon is the game available, and on what platforms? So folks listening and watching the videos, yes, videos of all the interviews here from the Intel exhibit, so come to intotomorrow.com to see them. But let's talk about that.
It's a PC title, and it's coming out March 15th, so it's right around the corner.
As in this year, as in next week, as in very close.
Very close. And we've actually released the Steam demo online for people to get a little taste.
Good.
Before they jump into the main course.
Now tell me real quick, since we're here in the Intel booth, how has partnering with Intel made a difference in what you guys at SEGA are doing?
It's been a massive influence in the game and definitely appreciated. This is our third title working with Intel during development. And specifically for Shogun II, we've been working with them to try to optimize the game for the mainstream notebook. So, we're trying to get, the most of the users out there to jump into Total War, and by doing that, we've teamed up with them and used their GPA, graphics output analyzer, to assess what's needed to run these things on the mainstream notebooks. And we're talking about i7, second generation i7 dual cores, and we're using just HD graphics on those notebooks, the integrated HD graphics system. There is no independent video card running the game.
And because of that, you need that processing. You need that Core i7 second gen to actually do the job for you, but you're certainly going to appreciate it.
Yep, definitely. And the game is running on high, and it's actually here at the Intel booth for you to check out. It's pretty impressive.
Dynamite. In the meantime, of course, hit them up at SEGA.com, SEGA, of course. We'll get you there as well when you come by intotomorrow.com. And we appreciate you being with us, Omar. And yes, go back safely with the samurai swords. But stay in touch and let us know what else is cooking when you can, and we'll be happy to share it with our audience.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Our pleasure. Omar Woodley, producer with SEGA. I'm Dave Graveline. Into Tomorrow continues from the Intel exhibit here at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco.